Hey guys, Paul Parnell here for Film in a Year Project. This is vlog number 8, motivation. We need it, you need it, everybody needs it. How do you get it? So in today's vlog, I'm going to talk about my beat sheet, my fat beat sheet that you should check out, and also about motivation. What is it and how do we get it and how do we keep it? So first off, let's do a little bit of a checkup from last week. So last week, I talked about the 3 hurdles that I was going to try and overcome. The first one was time, figuring out how to have enough time to write. The second one was the micro side of writing. And the third hurdle was trying to fit things within structures. So last week, I feel like I've done a pretty good job overall dealing with these things. I did manage to write an hour most days, or at least spend an hour. Even I would call it writing. I wasn't actually writing things down on paper, but I spent a lot of time thinking and milling over the concepts of the story, as well as putting cards up on my board, which I'm still working to fill out. The goal is to have 40 cards up there. So that went pretty well, and I've been able to kind of press in and get a lot of that stuff going. I haven't really had to deal with the micro side of writing yet. Hopefully I'll get to that this week. So my big goal this week is to try and get 40 cards up on my board. And that'll include having the plus and minus symbols and, defining what the conflict is in each scene so that I can start writing and really just hammer out the script. So I'm pretty excited about that. So something cool you can check out from last week is I wrote a super fat beat sheet. So it's not a regular beat sheet with just like 1 or 2 lines. Like I pretty much went in and filled in story. I feel like this is good for me to do because it's gonna help me, figure out those scenes for my cards a lot easier. And you can see like in the sections where each beat is for like a large section, I just filled out a lot of information in that area, figuring that those are the scenes that I'm going to use to make up that particular beat. I'd love for you to check it out and let me know what you think and leave comments on the website. That's why I built it. Let's build a community. So I hope you like the direction I'm going. If you have any comments or think it'd be cool to add anything or change anything, I definitely would love to hear your opinion. And if it's awesome, it might make it into the movie. So make sure that you kind of just voice your opinion. Let's talk about this. So another thing that I did this week is I put up a Craigslist ad to find a writing partner. So if you're a script writer and you've written, at least a few scripts that are, I guess it doesn't matter what scripts they are, but you have to have a good flair for science fiction. You have to enjoy high school drama, science fiction, sort of comedy type scripts. I'm looking for a partner, someone to kind of do some back and forth on, kind of hear their ideas, and more than anything, just somebody to read through the script as I'm working on it and like give me pointers or tell me when, they think something doesn't work or not. I'm looking for somebody who's specifically like, man, I really love science fiction and this is kind of what I want to do. And so I'd love to hear from you. If you're an awesome scriptwriter, leave a comment, or you can also email me at resources@paulparnell.com and just put sci-fi partner in the subject and tell me a little bit about yourself and send some links to some of your scripts or samples. So that'd be great, and I'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about motivation today. First off, what is motivation? Well, for me, what I think of when I think of the word motivation is I think moving forward, like a locomotive is motivation. It's that like a train is like moving forward. And if you have tracks, which are like set sort of goals, you can kind of continue to move forward in that direction. How do you get motivation and how do you lose motivation? For me, I get motivation from being inspired when I watch a really awesome movie or read something that's really cool or hang out with my friends even. it's really easy for me to get inspired, and when I'm inspired, it's easier to be motivated about something. And I lose motivation when things that I really wanted to do start to become like chores. When I start to allow myself to feel that way about it, then it's really easy to lose your motivation to do those things. So some of the tips that I have for kind of creating and stewarding motivation are, the first one is be aware of inspiration versus procrastination. It's really easy to love something, and like movies, for instance. I love watching movies and I love watching shows, but they'll absorb your time really quickly. So you have to be careful that when you're finding things to inspire you, that you aren't getting such a hunger to be inspired that you forget the reason that you're trying to be inspired, which is to create. If all you ever do is eat, you're going to get really fat, right? So that's why you eat, but the purpose of eating is to get energy so that you can then go run, or you can go exercise or move that boulder, you know, whatever you need to do. So remember that when you're eating media, when you're ingesting media, the purpose of it, if you're a creative, well, anybody I hope is being more creative, is to get more inspiration so that you can then create. And when it starts to become to the place where you're just absorbing media for the purpose of absorbing media, then that's the place where it's more procrastination than inspiration, and you should watch out for that. So the second thing is support. Find people that really love what you do and hang out with them, talk with them, like share with them. And those are the people that after you meet with them, you come away going, man, I'm so excited to do more of what I'm doing, because there's people out there that really love it. And those are the people that are going to be your biggest fans and the most help for motivating you. I know that they're super helpful for me when people love what I'm working on. So the next thing is find like-minded people. Find other people that are trying to do what you're doing so that you can mutually encourage one another. Like, oh, you've gotten this far in your script, awesome. Like, I can't wait to read it. Or, I'm reading the first chapter, it's great. Like, or if it sucks, tell them the truth. But like, man, I'm so glad that you got this far, and I'm excited to see what happens when you rework it or whatever. But just knowing that there's people out there that are doing the same thing you are, it makes you feel like you're not running this race alone, which is really awesome and helps to motivate you. The last thing is support yourself. If you're always dogging on yourself, you're never going to enjoy what you're doing, and you're not going to be motivated. There's a difference between perfection and motivation, and the problem with trying to always achieve perfection is usually you dog yourself so much that one little hair is off or one little thing is off that most of the rest of the world won't even notice, that you never actually finish anything. And so if I were you, and this is my advice to you, don't worry about creating the perfect thing, because nothing will ever be perfect. But instead, worry about creating something that you can enjoy and enjoy creating, and also that you finish. So support yourself. Make sure that as you're writing or you're doing things, that you don't just pick out the things that are wrong, but you also look for the things that are right. Like, man, that's a really cool idea, or I'm really excited to see where this can go in other movies or in other storylines. So those are my tips. I hope you like them. If you put awesome tips in the comments, I'll definitely want to share those. So do that, and don't forget to share, like, subscribe, do those things, because that's what will help us know that there's people out there that are loving what we're doing. It's all about the motivation. That will help us be more motivated. And also, if you want to join the Film Into Your project, don't forget to check out the link below and fill out a form. If you want to be crew, you want to be an actor, or if you've got some props or locations. We're still looking for those things, and we'll be looking for those things for quite a while. So I hope you have an awesome week, and let's go make a movie.